I wasn't able to. Jen promised she would come, but that heifer decided to do laundry around this time, and I'm like, Jen, you promised me yesterday when we were on the phone in the morning that you was gonna be on the podcast today. I will allow Jen to explain herself as I call her, and y'all can hear her excuse on why she's not here.
Oh, wow, the most recent Sasuke was in December 2019.
Are you at home? Or are you still doing laundry?
I'm already at home. I'm just right now.
All right, you got 5. We're about to start. You got 5 minutes, okay?
Do it.
5 minutes, Jen.
Look, it's go without like.
Jen, Jen, G4's coming back in case you don't know, and I kind of want female.
Wait up, hold up. Now, please.
Sam, I'm gonna say this one more time. Jen, G4 TV is about to come back next year. I kind of want a female's perspective.
Alright, fine, wait up. Let me.
A few moments later.
Look who's here.
Who?
G4.
Who else do you think? It's Morgan Webb.
I don't know, nigga.
Have you guys started already?
Do you say Morgan Webb? No, we didn't.
No.
You said give you 7
it's
minutes.
Olivia Munn.
Ah!
How about you guys? How you guys doing?
I'm good. What do you call it? As you guys can see right now, if for the Twitch audience right now, I mean, I might post this as the highlight for the podcast when we post it on YouTube. But for the Twitch and YouTube audience, as y'all can see, as y'all can see right here, and I gotta unplug this damn thing. I got a brand new chair. I got a brand new gaming chair because for those y'all who did not see on my Instagram, my chair that I normally game in, the chair that you guys normally see me in, broke. It snapped in half during my during a tutoring session I was doing on Zoom last week, and I immediately, like Saturday or Sunday, ordered this chair. It said it was supposed to be here on Friday. It got here 2 days ago, and I did an entire live stream of me assembling this entire chair, and it only took me roughly an hour or so. It's awesome. It's super comfortable. Like, you have no, like, bruh, this thing has a damn pillow. Listen, look at this. Look at this. It has a pillow. Like,
I found one similar to it for 50 something bucks, and I hope to get it eventually so that I could come over to his place and just,
How are you gonna bring your chair over to my place though, Kabuto?
I would keep it at your place.
Chair buddies.
Oh, okay.
So you guys are gonna be
I'm
like
gonna
gaming
do that.
chair buddies, and then what you're gonna do is just like circle around. I don't know.
Pretty much. Like, here's the thing. I never had a chair like this growing up. Like, I knew a lot of my friends did, but I never had a chair like this growing up. It's like, I feel like that remember that episode of George Lopez? Remember that episode of George Lopez when he got that HD TV and hooked it up to his den after his Carmen moved out? That's how I feel about, like, George Lopez. I never thought about having something like this growing up as a kid. I mean, I always had like regular desk chairs and stuff like that, and the thing is, they always hurt my back. That's the thing. Like, I have I'm kind of a big dude. My fat self, I'm not really fat, but I like to say my fat self. My fat self would I need back support. And this thing, I have not had decent back support in the last 4 years until I got this chair. Like, I felt so.
Gaming chairs make such a big difference.
I feel so good getting out of this chair and sitting down in this chair. And also, it has a massage feature where for those of y'all who are watching right now, if I plug this in to the slot, it massages the lower back of my, the lower part of my back. It's super awesome. So yeah, I am very proud of this purchase, and I got it on sale for like $92. So that's a steal for me, and with a warranty. So that's a major steal right there. So yeah, I highly recommend getting a gaming chair. If it's in your budget, get a gaming chair. Okay, I'm not saying don't go broke, because I know these gaming chairs be out here be like $200, $300, $400. Yeah, for a chair that you're gonna sit in and play video games in, or do work on your computer, Don't spend that much money. In my opinion, I don't think no one should ever spend damn near
But you wanna know
$500 on a gaming
something?
chair.
It's
What's up?
money making. Like those gaming chairs on Evo. Oh my god! Like people literally will sell out on those sponsored
I mean,
gaming chairs.
okay.
$300.
Let me say this right now. I'm not stupid. If we got sponsored by a gaming chair, you're damn right we would take it. I would money, bro. I'm selling out. I don't care. Start opening discussion. Now we were going to discuss the Ubisoft, Nintendo, and Microsoft conferences that happened today. However, earlier this morning, while we were all at work, a little tweet came up today, and I would like to show you guys. If you are watching the YouTube version, and if you're watching the Twitch version right now, this is what I'm talking about, guys. Let me show you something. Let me show you niggas something. I'm gonna skip ahead real quick. Hold up.
Wait, what are you skipping to? Like which
We're skipping to the announcement.
Which is what time?
40 seconds.
Screw that. I'm watching the whole thing.
Well, we got a show to do. That's why.
The fuck?
These real quick. That's right, people. G4 is officially returning in the year 2021. Guys, listen.
You have a little bit of hope.
Yes. With everything going on with this whole pandemic, I think some good news it's always any good news is good news, and this is it. Now, I want to start off first. I am excited that G4 is coming back. However, because of where we are right now in the world today, is there a need for G4 when we have podcasts and quote unquote gaming journalists out there who do the jobs that G4 was very well known for back in the 2000s? That's just me. So I'm really mixed on this announcement, but I am excited still because I actually do have a plethora of people that I think would be great if G4 was looking for Twitch streamers and YouTubers to be part of their network. I have plenty of them. I've been listening to it for the last couple of hours, but I will get into that afterwards. But I just want just general reactions real quick. Kabuto, you are my brothers in arms when we talk about G4 all the time, and we just go on a nostalgic geek trip about G4. What's your thoughts? What was your thoughts seeing this? Go ahead.
Okay, this may be a glimmer of hope in an otherwise bleak world, and I apologize if I sound so dramatic, but I can't help but enjoy movies that don't suck. But seriously though, like honestly, like in my teen years, G4 was like one of the best things to watch, and honestly, like given the fact that I haven't seen any G4 for the last decade, it feels like a fever dream that it's coming back. Oh man, like no, it feels like a fever dream that like it even existed to begin with, and I'm glad that it really did exist. And you know, like and so many programs I liked watching. You know, like you got Sasuke, Kunoichi, Unbeatable, Banzuke. You got you got Cinematech Nocturnal Emission. You got Star Trek 2.0, Action Blast, movies that don't suck. What's it called? X-Play. A little bit of Attack of the Show. It wasn't my most favorite. And of course, The Man Show. And honestly, like I wish like all of these programs would come back. Not necessarily as reruns, but also like make new episodes with new hosts, etc.
All right then.
And what's it called? And you know, like you could like have like new hosts. Like I mean, you could bring back some old ones like as guests or as producers.
Olivia Munn. Let's bring back Olivia Munn.
No. I mean like cool people like Morgan Webb and Adam Carolla. And like what's it called? The people running the comment section of Star Trek 2.0. And yes, bring back the original. Let's simulcast new episodes of Sasuke when the quarantine ends, while also running back reruns of what's it called, the first 37 seasons of Sasuke. And why not? Let's syndicate the American version while we're at it. There's so much stuff, there's so much content from the original G4, and we could add new content because of it. Heck, you even got like on Disney XD, you've got those that show Player Select, where you got gamers play random games and stuff. Yeah, you could do Player Select on freaking G4, or even make a show similar to it but with a different name. And where the players would play more mature games that you couldn't play on freaking Disney XD. Like Assassin's Creed or Arkham and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think? Because we don't know if they're gonna be just doing streaming or it's gonna be a TV network. Because you know how television networks have practically died.
Yes.
Yes.
So I mean, do you think? Do you think they're gonna try to bring back TV? I mean, in my opinion, I think they're just gonna try to do streaming more. It's just really hard because nobody has cable anymore.
I would say this. It would be interesting to see a G4 streaming service.
Yeah, I think they're probably gonna do something like that because you have to re-innovate.
I would say that either that, or I could see them teaming with someone like a Tubi TV or a Pluto TV or something like that, because Pluto TV is free. Also, I know for a fact that Pluto TV is currently working on a premium subscription where you can get certain things that regular Pluto TV can't get. Or I can see them becoming exclusive to Sling, which, considering the fact that a lot of people, including myself, are core cutting from cable television, it'd be great.
In my opinion, they're probably gonna be something tells me they're gonna be part of a stream service, and I don't mind that because I have a lot of stream service accounts. I don't just have Netflix, I also have Hulu.
Yeah, I know NBC, for example, they have a free streaming service called Peacock, which I assume is actually free, but you're gonna have to watch mandatory commercials for it. I think G4 might start off like that.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna.
And then afterwards, they're either gonna start upgrading to hey, you could pay $5 a month to watch commercial free, or maybe even sell out and have and do a merger with some other paid streaming service like HBO Max or Disney Plus or something.
Right.
Preferably the former.
All right then. Well, Jen, continuing off where Kabuto is, what's your initial thoughts, or was discussed?
I really like it. That's where I found out about Olivia Munn. She was on that Attack of the Show.
Yeah, she was.
I really I really love watching that show. It just, it's just so weird because before these gaming YouTubers and whatnot, there was kind of you could say G4 TV and whatnot, and it's just I can't wait. I want to see where X-Play goes, just because I want to know if they're gonna revive that. I want to see where that goes. I'm pretty sure they're gonna become a stream service. Overall, I'm very excited. I always liked Ninja Warrior as well. They were that was one of my favorite shows as well. And yeah, nothing much I can say. Yeah. It was to me. It was G4 TV and Spike.
Alec, you're the youngest. You're the cub in the squad. So thoughts on G4?
My thoughts on G4. I'm sleep. I was because maybe the youngest. I also just didn't grow up with G4 that kind of entertainment. So I'm just wondering what made G4 special to you guys for it to be excited.
For me, I didn't really fully grow up, but it's just I kind of watched, I guess you could say, the reruns. I was never there when Attack of the Show, had come out. I kind of just watched the marathons.
So to help you out, Alan, to help you out on why, okay, so Jen came in the latter years of G4. Kabuto and I, we watched G4 since the beginning. So G4 started in 2002. G4 was the pioneer when it came to gaming journalism, because it was talking about video games and video game news live on actual broadcasting channel. They had their own channel. It was on Comcast or AT&T, depending on which one you had around that time. And it talked a lot. They showed off they had shows for every genre. If you want a competition show where you had like a video game competition show where people were playing video game, had like a team and playing against each other, you had Arena where Will Wheaton was the original host of that. If you want gaming news
you had Attack of the Show, which was primarily a multimedia news show. Like here's what's new in like gaming and comics and movies and stuff. And then you got X-Play, which is a 30-minute like video game review show where Webb and Sessler would rate games out of 5 based on their criteria. I sometimes agree, sometimes I disagree. If you wanted to watch some athletic competition shows,
Ninja Warrior.
They had Sasuke.
Like I only watched.
One at a time. Continue, Kabuto.
And they had like other like really cool miscellaneous shows like you got Bonsai, which is a Japanese gambling show where like you bet on like random events and like Mr. Shake Hand Man and One Question Lady. Those were some of my favorites. And you got like late night stuff that were just like really fun to watch, like The Man Show and Cinematheque Nocturnal Emission. And like I said, a lot of games I've been introduced to was through the show Cinematheque Nocturnal Emission. Like that's how I got introduced to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And what's called, and you know, sometimes on Sunday afternoon you just want to watch a movie. Check out
movies that don't suck.
Yeah, you got.
I'm gonna time out with you real quick. Al, so a lot of the shows that Kabuto just mentioned were shows that came on around like early 2006 into like 2012, 2013. I'm also about the beginning here real quick. So 02 to 05, okay? So G4 had a show for everything. You wanted a show to talk about sports games, you had Sweat. The very first review show that they did before Exploit came around was Judgment Day. It had Tommy Tallarico, who is the nephew to one of the dudes from Aerosmith, I can't remember. And he has that concert Video Games Live. You probably heard of it, hopefully. And you had Victor Lucas, who is who's head of Electronic Playground, and he did a cameo from Mortal Kombat Legacy when they talk about Johnny Cage. You also had Arena. You had Portal. Portal would talk about MMOs, the early 2000 MMOs like EverQuest and City of Heroes and Asheron's Call and Anarchy Online. And then you had shows like Pulse and G4TV.com. Pulse was the originator of talking about current video game news, about games that were coming out, having discussions with developers about what they're bringing to these consoles. Why is it an exclusive to PlayStation 2 or Xbox or GameCube? Why is it a multi-plat? Why is it just PC only? And then you had G4TV.com, which did the exact same thing, but also discussed things that were going on around the internet around the early days of the early 2000s, and actually brought in guests, like guest developers, guests from other shows,
I was too
guests
young
from
for that.
movies and stuff like that. I remember. And then they also had the show called Players, which is essentially their answer to MTV's Cribs, where they would go real talk, because they would go to like, they would have like red carpet events where they would just talk to some people on the red carpet about their favorite video games and stuff like that. Like, I remember they did a thing for Freddy vs. Jason where they discussed, oh yeah, I remember when they made a Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street game on the Nintendo and stuff like that. And I remember they did one episode where they went to Busta Rhymes' house or something like that, and they went to this one chick's house. I can't remember this one lady's name, but she was like a booth babe, or she was like a stunt double, and she had like the early Alienware computers because she was playing OG Unreal Tournament. It was lit. Overall, like I said, there was so much variety that G4 had, and they got bought by Tech TV. And then that's when we started changing out the format. They started making shows. They started doing reruns of like Star Trek: The Next Generation and some other shows. It was cool until they started just showing nothing but reruns of Cops, and cheaters. That's when the
Yeah.
entire
Yeah,
channel.
there was a show called Cheats, which was about like cheat codes and stuff.
Yes, thank you. I forgot about that. Cheats Pringles Gamer's Guide was the first show to talk to you about, hey, if you said F this, I want to get, before DLCs, hey, you want to get ahead of the game, you want to skip to the final level, put in this cheat code, there you go. That was cheat.
And if you happen to be an insomniac and you were like awake at 5 a.m, you're like, damn it, what am I gonna do to kill for the next hour? G4 got the answer for you. Action Blast, where they had the Kaiju Wrestling Federation.
Oh, you see, I was gonna go the different route. I was gonna say they show paid programming. That was one of them was Girls Gone Wild.
Oh no, CC, you gotta go to the public access channel for that. Oh, what's it called? The Girls Gone Wild games.
It was, but yeah. So that's that's a quick history lesson about G4 Allocate. G4 TV was everyone's main source, especially people who are casual gamers. That's what G4 was for. Also, it showed the entire world what E3 was all about, because every year the entire G4 crew would go to E3. Yes, like you could not, like back in the day, you could not, like before YouTube, before like going on like IGN or GameSpot or Game Informer or EGM or something like that, you had G4 was your source to figuring out what games are coming out at E3, what games got announced, what consoles were being shown off and stuff like that. Like, they showed the first 10 to 15 minutes of Halo 2 on G4.
Oh,
Wait,
shit.
hold on. Fox, you gotta play this clip right here.
I'll play
this clip right here.
I'll play after we're discussing G4 real quick. But
No. This relates to G4. This relates to the E3 thing that you just mentioned.
oh, is it believe it or not? I'm watching E3.
Yes.
Okay, I'll play that afterwards because we still got to discuss everything that's going on. Because aside from going down memory lane, we gotta talk about how they're gonna structure it. Like, one of the biggest things, we're going into my skepticism about G4 TV coming back. My one thing, and I do, my friends and I have been having a long discussion. Dildozer and Karma, shots of Karma, and Odd. We had a long discussion earlier today about G4, the likes and dislikes, what they could change, and everything like that. Like, there are certain things that G4 failed to do, and that's because of the times that they were showing it. Like, it was a male-dominated channel. Like, you didn't see a lot of girl gamers, and considering the fact that girl gamers, the number of women who start playing video games has increased for over the last 10-15 years, where women were now openly admitting that they do play video games. Because you gotta keep in mind, a man or a child or a man our age telling women that we're dating or anything like that around the early 2000s, if you were to tell someone that you play video games and stuff like that, they look at you like you was a damn fool. Okay, like video games at a certain point were was a taboo. Exactly. Yes.
Olivia Munn. I think it would be just purely male dominant, because I think Olivia Munn really did put in a lot of female viewers in there
like
too.
Olivia Munn.
For me, it was Morgan Webb.
Oh yeah,
No,
she's good too.
For me, it was the girls from G4TV.com, the show. But like again, but it was just that it was super rare to find a female that actually played video games around the early 2000s. Because again, like I said before, playing video games was kind of a taboo, especially if you are a grown adult like all of us, right?
Oh yeah, what's his face Tate said about men watching anime.
Exactly. So like the whole demographic of people who play video games has drastically changed since G4 started and when G4 ended.
It's about changing demographics. It's about it becoming mainstream altogether.
My bad.
Even back then, video game was niche media wise.
Well, it was, but it wasn't. It didn't have the. It didn't have the nuance that it has now, where anybody can tell you they play video games, whether they play whether it's millions of people who bought Nintendo Switches just to play Animal Crossing. Trust me, I have a lot of friends who never played a video game in their life, but got a Nintendo Switch or Switch Lite and just to get Animal Crossing.
That's kind of weird.
Well, no, really.
I mean, it's quarantine.
like just to get Animal Crossing.
Yes, nigga. Like, so my thing is, how are they gonna restructure G4? That's my thing. Because you got, again, keep in mind, there are plenty of things that are out right now where everything that G4 pioneered in, people are doing better. Whether you're a Twitch streamer or a YouTuber, or you're a podcaster, whether you're on Spotify, YouTube, or SoundCloud, or Google Play, or Stitcher Radio, or iTunes, or iHeartRadio, like, the game has changed.
Remember that show? I forgot what it was called. Arena?
Yes.
Like, now it's gotten popular. Perhaps maybe they can bring back Arena. Because now Arena has gotten... Now there's, like, multiple copies of Arena.
Yeah, like...
Especially South Korea.
Arena, like, you can't... There's, like... Arena was the pioneer showing of broadcasting esports events and stuff like that. Then you had the MLG... And you had Breaking Benjamin back in the MLG, because let's just face it, everybody, in 2006, if you was watching the MLG Pro Circuit of Halo 2 tournaments, all you heard was Breaking Benjamin's Blow Me Away. Just saying. We all heard it, and we all have Boost mobile phones and drinking Code Red Mountain Dew and eating Doritos. I'm just saying. Okay?
That stereotype is so accurate.
Yeah, it's not stereotype if it's accurate, because we all did it.
Well, really, like, if you're gonna bring the channel back, you literally have to do both of two things. One is bring back original content, whether it's reruns or have new hosts, like bringing back the show. Like for example, like you could do X Play, but instead of Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb, you could have like I don't know, two new gamers who will probably already have a popular Twitch show. Heck, you could even have like freaking Ninja be a host if you wanted to. I mean, I don't know if he's a good example, but you know that's like the first one off the top of my head. And then you bring new programming that wasn't originally on G4, but it's a way to get a newer audience who didn't grow up with G4.
All right,
and you got to sort of like do a bit of mix and matching of both of those two things, you know, because you know, like, I'm not gonna lie, some aspects of certain old programs on G4, they would be considered outdated in today's context. But the thing is, they were still great programming, so you might still want to do reruns, but make new episodes with new cast members. But I think what it really needs is a lot of good marketing, because there is a really good chance it could still fail if the returning fans of G4 are like a small niche demographic. So you got to really spread the word out either way.
Okay. What about you, Jen? Go ahead. What things would you want them to change?
I would like it if Arena would become even bigger. Like, personally, I know South Korea has practically made copies of Arena, you know? I remember, like, back then, people didn't watch that. Now it's, like, the biggest thing. And, like, I'd like that. What I would like them to do is something, like, maybe grab one of, like, the gaming creators, like, you know, those influencers, you can say, and just work with them, like, to create their own podcast. Like, personally, okay, I know y'all are gonna laugh, but I really like Jacksepticeye. He has a really young audience.
I like Jacksepticeye.
Oh, okay, I don't know. Some people don't like him, but he has a really, really young audience. Maybe he could do something with G4, because if you want to attract, I think, like, the audience, you don't just attract, you know, the ones who grew up with it. You also want to attract the younger generation too.
Yeah, you don't want to be AEW. You don't want to be AEW where it just attracts them, but indie wrestler fans and stuff like that. So go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, like Jacksepticeye to me would be a good influencer for like the younger fans, because he has a lot of young fans.
Real quick, real quick.
An interesting new
show to our audience out there. Let us know what if you grew up on G4. Let us know what you guys would want to see change and stuff like that with G4. All right, continue. Go ahead.
You know, it'd be an interesting new show to have on G4. What if there was a show dedicated solely to like tutorials on how to like improve your computer's processor for playing certain video games?
I'm glad you said that.
Or even designing your own video game.
I'm glad you said that, because when we go into people that I would like to see be part of G4 TV, I got you, Kabuto. I got you.
Do any of us even own cable at this point? Like, I still own cable, but I don't got that like settled in my room.
Jen and Kabuto have Spectrum, so.
No, I have
Actually, no, you have DirecTV. Do you have DirecTV or Dish Network?
DirecTV.
Okay, Kabuto has DirecTV, and Jen, last time I checked when I went over her place, she still has Spectrum.
Don't get Spectrum, you guys. It's bad.
Okay, no, don't get Spectrum cable, but if you want the fastest internet, get Spectrum. There you go.
I only have Spectrum internet because I got rid of their cable. They've been really bad with customer service.
Oh, I know. My brother was on the phone for an hour 2 weeks ago because Spectrum messed up our cable. Messed up our internet.
Wow.
Spectrum messed up our internet, so my brother was on there for like an hour.
The worst customer service, you guys. Spectrum.
Ouch.
I actually love that joke from South Park where it's like, I'm gonna be there from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and then like the cable guy shows up at 2:15.
God, I hate that. I hate that so much. But... All right, well, this is what I would like to see for G4. Okay, so I actually wrote it down. If I were to put my Jim Cornette hat on real quick, if I was on the booking team, this is how I would book this match. So I have concocted a list of Twitch streamers and YouTubers, or a hybrid of both, that have done great work when it comes to discussing video games. We're talking about a network that's going to be not just for hardcore gamers, but for casual gamers. So this is what I've concocted. Some of the YouTubers that I have watched myself. So RG85. Now, for those of y'all who don't know who RG85 was, he predominantly talks about Nintendo games and stuff like that, like Nintendo releases and also releases of other games and stuff like that. Like this guy is well respected in the game, in the community as well. RGT85, that's that fool's name.
There you go.
Dreamcast guy. I love Dreamcast guy. My boy's GC. Shouts to GC, even though GC is running because D from 3 Black Geeks roasted his ass.
And me.
You're fine. Dreamcast guy, very much a well-respected YouTuber. I watched a lot of his videos and stuff like that. And although I don't agree with some of the things he says, I respect his opinions. Like, he is a well-known guy, very beloved. He keeps it nice. He keeps it wholesome, everything like that. Richard from Review Tech USA. I watch this guy's stuff. He does a great job being very unbiased as possible. Dodger and Shoe on Head doing gaming journalism. So like, if you want to get a show where it talks about games that are coming out, games that are in development, developers going through trouble and anything like that, communicating with the developers and publishers, let's say over at EA, Ubisoft, Activision, or like Respawn Entertainment, Capcom, Marvel, like those are the guys that I would see doing it. I would see Up Down Down, Maximilian Dude, and Wooly Versus doing a video game a competition show where you have like your teams, or you have or like tonight on G4 Arena or something like that. We're doing fight game night, like every Saturday, fighting games, or something like that, where we have two competitions. One is Tekken, one's Dragon Ball Fighter Z or something like that. I can see that because of the fact that Austin Creed, Maximilian, and Wooly Versus are very, very knowledgeable when it comes to the world of fighting games, but they also do a lot of other things outside of fighting games. So I can see them doing something where they make like their like an esports TV show or something like that. The Game Illuminati, because the Game Illuminati are the hardest working brothers in the game today. I'm sorry, in my honest opinion, they are arguably the best video game podcasters out there right now. Shouts to TBH, UGX, JG the Don, Gaming Ethos, Anon, Ace, Flock, all you fools. Shouts to you guys. I think the Game Illuminati should honestly be the heads of G4 because they keep it real, they keep it unbiased, and I'm sorry, Black Excellence. You cannot tell me nothing about that, fam. Also, because I did talk about how there's a bigger female demographic now when it comes to the world of video games and stuff like that. If I were to assemble a team like of females and stuff like that who know their shit and know their craft, and are complete and can call things unbiased.
As in, not you, Anita.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Anita Sarkeesian. Hell no. No. No, dog.
No Anita Sarkeesian, no Zoe Quinn, none of that SJW garbage. We need like gamers who actually game.
So Shoe on Head is part of that, as well as a Twitch streamer that I've been 3 Twitch streamers that I follow and I actually watch. Barefoot Gypsy 92, because she's actually I think she's a member of the GI. I can say she's a member of the GI. Heaven, who is a friend who also teams with the GI every now and then, really nice girl. And my homegirl over in New York City, Tiffany Lockhart, who is quite possibly the biggest Resident Evil fan I know since GC. Like, everything Resident Evil, you ask her, she will tell you. She will tell you why Carlos and Jill Valentine shipping is perfect. She will tell you why Resident Evil 2 is the greatest Resident Evil game of all time. Like, she knows her stuff, and I've seen her speed run too. So like, I would have those girls be the pioneers of doing the female demographic and stuff like that. Now, I would probably say also what's her face, Nostalgia Girl, and Obscurus Lupa from that guy with the glasses. I like Obscurus Lupa.
Okay,
She's
now
actually
Obscurus Lupa, I'm definitely down for that.
And to put the entire to complete this entire cake, the executive producers of the new G4 should definitely be the original people from G4, and I have handpicked a lot, most of them. So I would say the executive producers of G4, like the heads of the new G4, Morgan Webb, Diane Mizoda, Bill Sindelar from Blister, Corey Rouse from Cheat Pringles Gamers Guy, Kristen Adams or Kristen Holt from Cheat back in the 2004-2005 era. I would say Victor Lucas and Tommy Tellerico, because they know their stuff, and I trust Victor Lucas and Tommy Tellerico because these guys were in the Judgment Day era. I would also say Craig from one of the founders of Screw Attack. Craig from Screw Attack should be one of the heads of G4, because Craig keeps it very unbiased. He doesn't bring any bullcrap politics or anything like that. A lot of people that I've named don't really bring a lot of bullcrap politics. And if you want some original and stuff like that, I would put Danielle Radford in from Screen Junkies as one of the new girls. Give her her own channel. Matter of fact, she could be the host of Movies That Don't Suck. She can even do a wrestling podcast show if she wanted to on G4, because keep in mind, a lot of people who watch G4, people who play video games, people who actually watch sports. I'm not nigga. This is Jen. This is the revolution. The revolution is now. Look, when it comes to video games, my nigga.
Let him pick.
Yeah, Danielle Radford from Screen Junkies. If you are watching this, I choose you.
Oh my.
As one of people to be part of the new era of G4. You know your stuff. You're a really cool. You are an awesome woman. Power to the people. You spread that black excellence all around, and I appreciate that. She should be part of the new G4. There you go. This is just my concoction. And anyone who asks, no, we're not putting Zombie Unicorn, and no, we're not putting Anita Sarkeesian. If I'm gonna get people who know their craft, who are females, then the list of females that I've already picked that I have watched and I can tell you know their stuff are on this list that I concocted right here. All right, Kabuto, go ahead. Do you have a fantasy draft pick, or am I the only one?
My draft pick is almost the same as yours, except I also want to definitely remove what's it called, that deer person from eligibility. You know, the one who talked crap about like voice chats, and then when they got called out by a dyslexic person, they're like F you, like hell nah.
Wait, who did I say?
No, you did not bring up that person. I just want to make sure that this person is removed from eligibility. Okay. Like when filling in the gaps, because like gaming needs to be all inclusive. And when I say all inclusive, I mean you got like it doesn't matter what your political allegiance is or what disabilities you have. Everyone should be allowed to get a good chance to play video games.
Exactly.
Like video games needs to be a community where everyone can bond over their mutual love for whatever characters or franchise or genre they like, whether it's Metroidvania, hack and slash, of FPS, or specific franchises, Mario, Zelda, Ratchet and Clank, or specific domains like Nintendo versus Sony versus Microsoft, or anything else in between. Let's bond over our mutual loves and respectfully disagree and gain like new perspectives from like people we disagree with. As long like no politics, no religion, just gaming. That's all I want. And just to add, and just for a little bit of reassurance, I want Adam Carolla to join the producers list.
Okay, I got you. Adam Carolla. Let's get it started. Adam Carolla. I was like Corona. Adam Carolla.
Corona.
I'm sorry, but yeah.
Sometimes I make the joke about him being a car.
Oh, and Kevin. What's his name? The dude from Attack of the Show. Kevin Pereira. We need to bring Kevin Pereira back too.
Yeah.
All right, and the
only PC I want here is personal computer.
Yeah. Also, consider you were talking about a thing where people can talk about how to build computers and stuff like that, or like what is it like to be
like customize their computers to improve their capabilities to play video games, or even do tutorials on how to develop and design like video games from scratch for like people who want to become video game developers in the future. And you know what? Some of my favorite things to watch on YouTube are video essays on like what makes good level designs or good game storytelling. Like we could have like shows that focus on like video essays like that.
I'm glad you said that. You want to know why? Because two people that I nominated for that department is Gaming Ethos from the Gaming Illuminati and Linus Tech. And I don't know if anyone watches Linus Tech, but I love me some Linus Tech on YouTube. Shouts to Linus Tech tips. Like I've learned a lot about like RAM and like memory storage from my computer because of him. And Gaming Ethos has talked about how sometimes
when you guys are saying this, I bet you like G4 TV's probably like spying.
That's fine. Yo, G4, hey, G4, G4 TV. If you watching this right now, my guy, if you are watching this, the Scrub Game Podcast, we may be a small podcast and we may not be as consistent as we should be. Listen, we are more than happy to have casual podcasts, casual gamers. I'm not casual, but everyone, majority of people in here are casual. So we are
casual.
Yeah, we are more than happy to have you guys hire us to be that podcast or that TV show for to talk about casual gaming for casual gamers by casual gamers. We are more than happy to do it. Hit us up, let us know, start talking. I actually will put out my resume. I'm gonna make a resume to send to G4 if that's the case. This week, I'm gonna be making my resume to get a job over at G4, bro. Anyways, also, if you want to bring back a show like Icon, which talked about a lot of the gaming history, like of certain franchises, the rise and fall of publishing and development companies, video game companies, the person I nominate, there are actually two. Matt McMuscles, formerly from Super Best Friends, because if you've ever watched What Happened on his YouTube channel, very good insight on on certain franchises or sequels to video games that went horribly wrong. Matt McMuscles and Nostalgia Gamer, I watched during the game trailers era, where he did an entire retrospect review of Street Fighter from the early days of Street Fighter, from the Street Fighter 2 era, the Alpha era, the EX era, the Third Strike era, the Versus era, the downfall of Capcom's fighting game franchises in the mid 2000s, because there were not a lot of video fighting games coming out around that time, especially from like a big hitter like Capcom.
Yo, whatever happened to Ego Raptor?
Ego Raptor makes music last time I checked. From Game Grumps, right?
I don't know if he was in Game Grumps, but I know he made some really good like video essays, like Sequelitis, where he talked about like the pros and cons between the original Castlevania and Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest,
or what makes Mega Man X like the perfect sequel to the original Mega Man.
Also, if I'm gonna say this right now, just to be super biased. If you want to talk about cosplay and stuff like that, G4, I know a girl who is a really good cosplayer, and she's an LA native, and she's a good friend of ours. Cosplay Chica 101, aka Thunder Chica from Morphin Network, aka Latina Quiet. Just saying. There you go. All right, continue, Kabuto, or were you finished?
Yeah, that was pretty much done. Like,
Alright.
that was just a thing I wanted to add.
So there you have it. My conclusion about G4, it's good to see G4 coming back. I just would like to see what they're going to do, what they're going to bring to the table, because, again, it's the gaming industry and gaming journalism has changed since the early 2000s.
Which means there's a lot more potential for content.
Yes. So G4, we will keep you guys up to date. Again, G4 is set to return next year. I don't know when, but I am 99.9% sure it's going to return around June or July, because G4, if I remember correctly, G4 launched in the summer of 2002. So honestly, it would be like a homecoming if they came back on the exact same day that it debuted. I'm just saying. April 24th of 2002. So it would be poetic justice if G4 were to come back on the exact same date, April 24th of 2021. So G4, you know where we are. Let's talk business, let's talk shop. Godspeed. God bless you guys.